What up, motherfucks? It's your boy, the hater up in this, and this is a video that I've been wanting to make for a long time, ever since my reboot hater season -1, Hulkamania running wild, Hatermania running wilder, motherfucks. But anyways, let's get to it. All right, here we go. For all of those people that for years haven't realized this yet, I got some news for you, pal. Wrestling is fake. That's right. I said it. Not scripted. No, it's not this. It's not scripted. It's not fake. It's scripted. It's choreographed. It's fake. Wrestling is fake. It's as fake as a movie. Okay? Now, just like in a movie, people are actually moving their balls around and doing things that they're then filming and putting on TV. That part is obviously real. Now, there's a word for this that we have in the dictionary. It's a word that we use all the time within this context and other contexts. The word I'm looking for is acting, motherfucks. Acting. That's what wrestling is. It's not a real sport. Now, here's where it gets interesting, right? Obviously, as soon as you hit about 7 years old, you realize, oh, this isn't a real fight, and real fights don't operate like this, right? If you ever watch UFC, you're like, wow, real fighting is actually much more boring than wrestling, right? Because in wrestling, because it's fake, people can do some crazy stuff, right? Now, I personally have an issue with people that just refuse to accept that it's fake. Oh, but hater, what if like that wrestler David Schultz slapped you in the face? Well, maybe he'll slap that journalist in the face, right? And obviously he'd probably beat the hater's ass, but I ain't taking that laying down. Wrestling is fake, right? Now, there are carnies and there are wrestlers out there, and there's the Eric Bischoffs out there and the Jim Cornettes out there who really don't understand why wrestling is special. That's right, I said it. They don't really get it, right? The only one that really gets it is Vince Russo, let's be honest, right? But the idea behind all this is that there's this weird unwillingness of people to refuse to accept that wrestling is fake, right? As if the fact that it's fake makes it any less interesting or any less good. You know what else is fake, motherfucks? I got news for y'alls. Harry Potter, right? The hater never really watched Harry Potter, but I grew up and all my friends really, really liked that, right? As a matter of fact, the hater's fiance really likes Harry Potter. She often suggests that we watch the movies together. I watched the first one. I've watched that one somehow. I've watched it several times. I was at a hookah bar once with my friend, and they played it. So my friend who was a big fan and I watched it, right? And in the end, I'm like, let me guess, that Neville Longbottom guy is going to come through with the power of the underdog and win some points for the Harry Potter team, right? And lo and behold, that's what happened. Fucking Neville Longbottom. Kind of a stupid-ass name is that, you know what I'm saying? As someone that I greatly admire said, was Neville Longbottom molested by Uncle Longcock? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I digress, right? That's fake. Pokemon is fake. Video games are fake. You know what I mean? But they're still entertaining and they're still good and they also generate a lot of money, right? But for some reason, right? If you were to go to, I don't know, a soap opera actor and you say, hey man, you know, you haven't really been married 8 times. You just play a character that's been married 8 times. They'd be like, yeah, I know. Like, what are you, fucking insane? But wrestlers are really weird. They get butthurt because they're like, I don't feel appreciated. Like, there's nobody that's more of a prima donna with less talent than wrestlers, right? Like, they act like they're fucking big deals. Especially nowadays, they're not big deals at all, right? Like, they're like, oh, you couldn't, like the way that they talk about it, right? The way that, like, Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch talk about the horse shit that they force us to watch. It's like the most affirmative action type thing ever, right? Women's wrestling. It's only there because people pushed for it to be there. Like, let's be real. If women's wrestling had its own show, it'd get like 200,000 views. Like, Rhea Ripley's not drawing 1 million people, motherfuckers. This is only part of the greater product, right? And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the idea that wrestling is supposed to be this respected art form, right? Like, we're supposed to respect wrestling more than we respect, I don't know, rapping or acting or anything else is absurd, right? It is absurd. And wrestlers are the ones that have caused this to happen, right? Like they take criticism towards them personally. Like if I say, for example, like in my last video, I say Sasha Banks sucks. Right now, if Sasha Banks somehow stumbles upon the hater's video and she's like, I can't believe you said this about me, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck over it, right? I have no idea who the woman that plays Sasha Banks is, and quite frankly, I could give a flying fuck, right? I don't care at all. I care only about what is presented to me on TV. Saying Sasha Banks sucks, as far as I'm concerned, is like saying Politoed from Pokemon sucks, right? It's like saying Neville Longbottom sucks, right? They're not real characters, right? The character of Cody Rhodes is not a real person, right? Now, there's someone playing this role, right? But for the same way that if I said, you know what? The Vin Diesel character from fucking Fast and Furious is a douche, right? If I said that, and Vin Diesel took offense to it personally, he can go fuck himself, right? That's on Vin Diesel at that point. You've blurred your own line. You're not the thing that you play on TV, motherfucker. You're not, right? You're not. And the thing you do on TV is not real, right? It's fucking fake. Like if someone, for example, you know, I personally like Maxine Dupree, but when the fans booed her, they're like, you suck. All these women wrestlers and male wrestlers even were like, oh, she's just trying to get good at her job. Tough shit. Tough shit, motherfuckers. If you're gonna do your job on TV, right? If you're gonna open the door and invite me to look at you doing your job, right? And then you're gonna be surprised that I have an opinion on how you did your job, suck my ass. What do you think of them apples, right? The hater's out here on YouTube, and the hater has his haters. People say, you don't know nothing about wrestling. I just laugh it off, right? I laugh it off because I'm putting videos on YouTube, and by doing that, I'm opening myself up to criticism, right? But wrestlers feel that they're immune from this for some reason, right? It's the primary reason is they're all a bunch of like baby pansies, right? It's a bunch of pansies who like they've really convinced themselves like they're borderline retards. Like they've convinced themselves. Like I'm sure Kevin Owens really thinks he's like a tough guy in real life. Like I'm sure he really believes that shit. Because he does a package pile driver on ladders, right? Like, it's just like when Rhea Ripley went on the Logan Paul podcast, she's like, I could beat up 70% of men. No, you can't. Bullshit. No, you can't. I'll take you to any bar that I used to go to, and like, every man there would like lay her out in 5 seconds, right? Get the fuck out of here, right? Let's live in the real world. And in the real world, wrestling is fake, motherfuckers. Wrestling is fake. Again, it's not scripted. It's not choreographed. It's a sport. They should treat it as such. Respect the mat. The mat is sacred. Gunther said so. Shut the fuck up. It's fake, motherfuckers. It's not a real sport. This is why anyone can do it. This is why you can have Bad Bunny, who's like 5'3" and 110 pounds. He can come in there and he can somewhat believably beat Damian Priest, who despite the fucking weird eyeshadow and all that other garbage that he does, is a large, strong man, right? But he can make it look believable. He can make it look as believable as it would be for Daniel Bryan to beat Batista, right? It's just as believable. It's fucking not believable, but he can make it look like that, right? And this is a fucking reggaeton artist whose songs consist of the words Chambean, Alan, like on repeat 100 times, and this guy can come in there and put on like a great wrestling match, right? Pat McAfee can take it on as a hobby. And yeah, he's a former pro athlete, but he is like a long snapper or a punter or some other bullshit. It's not like he's not like a you know like a huge super athlete or anything like that. He ain't no Brock Lesnar, right? People can come and do it as a joke, right? And that's fine. Nothing wrong with any of this. You know what I mean? I love wrestling. I love it. The fact that it's fake has no bearing on my love for it. A lot of the things that I love are fake. Have you motherfucks read The Count of Monte Cristo? I don't know. Have you read The Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas? Well, if you haven't, go read it. It's fake, but it's fucking awesome, motherfucks. It's fucking awesome. Go play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's fucking awesome, but it's fake. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with it being fake. The problem is that in the past, wrestlers had to have this allure that they were real, right? That they were real tough guys. And, you know, perhaps even more importantly, that they actually hated each other in real life as they do on TV, right? That's what wrestling was about. It was about keeping up this illusion, right? But since the illusion is now gone, I don't need fucking the Young Bucks and Xavier Wood woods to pretend they're tough guys. Get the fuck out of here. Nick Jackson is like 145 pounds. That guy's like, he's not a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? Now, is he athletic? Yeah, he can do some flips, right? Is he strong? He can lift some people. You know, I'm not saying that they're complete zeros, right? And of course, obviously, some of them, like Dolph Ziggler, Kurt Angle, obviously, Brock Lesnar, some of these guys have also been good athletes in other sports. I'm not speaking in absolutes, but this idea that it's supposed to be respected like a real sport, I don't respect the abilities of Cody Rhodes because I don't think he has any abilities. This is just like, he just happens to be the son of someone that like got over and stayed over somehow for like 100 years, right? But other than that, there's nothing special there, right? He can do this stuff well enough. I mean, he can entertain some people, of course, right? But just like Logan Paul can, just like anybody can, right? But the fact is what the fact is. Wrestling remains fake. And you know, all these people that get butthurt, oh, Katsuyori Shibata takes it seriously. Yeah, that's why Katsuyori Shibata nearly fucking killed himself by doing a shoot headbutt in a fake sport. Like, this guy's fucking retarded. Like, he thinks that it's normal, appropriate, and reasonable to do a real fighting move, basically, in a fake sport. And luckily, he didn't hurt the other guy, who I believe was Okada. He hurt himself, right? Because this guy's fucking stupid. This would be like the equivalent of when they film Mortal Kombat and the actor that plays Liu Kang tries to kick someone off a cliff. Right? It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I got into myself a little bit. I thought it was Liu Kang there for a second. Okay, you fucking paranoid schizophrenic. Stop that. Stop that. You're acting. It's not real, motherfuckers. It's not real. Do you understand? It's fake. And there's nothing wrong with that, I emphasize, right? But we have to start at the origin point, at the 0 point, right? If people cannot accept that wrestling is fake, then we're not going to get anywhere. Why? Well, I'll talk about that more in my